When it comes to toxins in our environment, it's really hard to think about where they're all found. They're all around us. And sometimes we don't even pay attention to the fact that the toxins in our environment are even closer than we think they are. They're in our cleaning products that we use in our everyday environment. And so today, my guest is my good friend and dear colleague, Stephen Ezell. I absolutely love this man. I adore his products and what he stands for. Can't wait to tell you a little bit about him. And then we are just going to dive in and talk about cleaning up your home environment to make it safe for you and your family. Stephen J. Ezell is the founder of trulyfreehome.com. He is recognized as a thought leader in the conscious capital movement and a pioneer in the cleaning industry. He launched the world's first refillable non-toxic laundry detergent. He's also a father of 5, and he is passionate about helping families live safer, more sustainable lives. Stephen, thank you so much for being here.
I am fired up for today. You and I go way back, man. We share some crazy stories over the years. I'm excited for this conversation. It's going to be awesome.
I am too. The very first time I met you, we wound up sitting in a garden, having a conversation. I don't even know how long it went on. And you shared so much information about all the toxic garbage that's in things that families don't think about because they're just part of the furniture, if you will, when it comes to laundry detergent, when it comes to cleaning products, when it comes to our dishes, everything else. What caused you to be the person who came up with this?
I wasn't born this way. I'm actually a classically trained chef. I was a restaurateur in New York City for most of my life, born and raised in the restaurant industry in New York City. But really, this kind of genesis story for me started years ago. As you just said, I have 5 kids. But when my firstborn son was like a 3-week-old little shrimp, he was preemie, so he was a tiny little kid. I was in charge of, it was either the second or third bath. And I'm like, I could do this. And I told him I could, let me help. And I remember taking him into the kitchen and we got the towel set up and got the baby bath set up on the kitchen sink. And I was getting him undressed. Of course, like I'm my first time dad, so everything was like super hyper focused. And he is screaming like bloody murder. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid hates me or he doesn't want to take a bath or whatever. And when I started taking his onesie off, it looked like I had dumped him into boiling pasta water. Like he was like his raised rash, like bloody marks. I was like, I don't think this is normal. So I call my wife over and she's a NICU nurse. So she's used to working on tiny, like very sick babies. And when I saw my nurse wife freak out, then I freaked and was like, all right, let's go. So we like bundled them up and straight to the pediatrician. And then from there to the dermatologist, from there to the pharmacy to get all these steroids and all these pharmaceutical chemicals. And my aunt called me up and she's always lived the very natural plant-based medicine woman her whole life. And she said, I heard about your son, like the baby, what's going on? I told her, so she asked me a question that changed my life. She goes, what are you using for laundry detergent? I'm like, you're talking about like they tell you sick. Like why are you asking about laundry? And she said, no. And I told her what we use because it's what grandma always used, the big bright bottles that, she goes, no, you can't use those things. Kids can have allergic reaction. They can get sick. And I'm like, are you crazy? That can't be possible. So these chemicals can actually like irritate skin. I'm like, it's not like I'm throwing it on him. Like we wash his clothes. So I was so obtuse to the fact. She said, listen, before you go and introduce all these these chemicals, these pharmaceuticals, just try this till tomorrow. And I'm like, fine. So what do I do? She's like, go to the store and get borax and this and that. Everything like made his homemade concoction and rinsed his clothes clean, stripped his clothes of all the chemicals and wash it in this kind of homemade concoction. And the next day he was fine. And I was like, oh my gosh, if laundry detergent can make my kids sick, what else is in my laundry room and what's under the kitchen sink? And then one thing led to another. So I became like a full-blown eco-conspiracy theorist like 15 years ago. And Mira Dessy for a number of years, I don't do anything half-baked. So I went all in. It wasn't like a gradual, logical process, which I encourage everybody else to do. I went right off the deep end and just went down the aisle and just started throwing everything out and just started over and started researching the back of labels. And so then we started living like this eco life, right? Like I was all in on organic foods and supplements, learn about the alternative health industry, because it's all connected.
Yeah.
And fast forward, we left New York City, moved to Northern Michigan, met this awesome grandma selling laundry soap at the farmer's market, a small, tiny business. And she was looking for an investor and a partner to grow the mission. Of course, I'm like, yeah, because I could build companies. I didn't know how to do this. I invested and bought the company and She's now retired from the business for many years, which started off with an idea back in 2015 when we pivoted online, selling laundry soap online. Now we started this refillable cleaning revolution because you can't ship water and it's so expensive and so much plastic waste. So we reinvented a laundry room back in 2015. And it was three of us. Like, she made soap and we literally still have in storage. It's broken now, an old concrete mixer we bought from Harbor Freight. So like, we started making soap in a concrete mixer and I built the website and the other guy counted everything and shipped it out. And now we're the fastest growing eco chemical manufacturer in the country. And we've done it like bootstrap and grassroots and created a movement, and it's been quite the ride.
Well, and one of the things that I really love is you're not just about here making this clean product. You're about educating people, helping them understand why you don't want some of these surfactants and ingredients, fragrances and chemicals, and why bleach is bad and all of that stuff. I think one of the things that I really love, I've been using your product for years. So like, full disclosure, I'm just a hardcore fan. As a matter of fact, I think one of the things that was really amazing to me is I thought I had already cleaned up my laundry room a lot before I met you. And I'm one of those people that has very sensitive skin. And I used to have keratosis pilaris really bad on my upper arms and my thighs. And so I had gotten it down to a dull roar where it was okay, but every now and then it wasn't so great. And then, like, you very kindly shipped me a box of stuff and I started using it. And like you said, it was like a week later, I'm like, oh my gosh, like my skin has never been this good. And that was it. Like, I'm a fan. How do you get the ideas for the stuff that you're doing as you're creating things? Because you're always coming up with new things. You're trying to take that cleaning revolution deeper and further. Because when I met you, it was just laundry detergent.
When I first met you, we had 5 or 6 products in the stable. So we started in laundry, because to me, I'm very passionate about laundry. And it's not because I love doing laundry. It's because I realize people's laundry, the laundry chemical aisle and the laundry in your house, the chemicals, especially the store-bought stuff, is the most toxic chemical in the house. And people are like, how is that possible? Like, you look at chemicals like the oven cleaners or degreasers and solvents and drain cleaners. You're like, oh my gosh, these things have skull and crossbones all over them. That's not on the laundry. You're right. So from an ounce to ounce toxicity, acute perspective, sure, the spray easy aerosol oven cleaners are crazy toxic. But how often do you spray oven cleaner on your body? If you're like a normal human being without mental issues, it's 0. You never do that. And if you did, you never do it again because you burn yourself, like you'd have chemical burns. But how often do you wear laundry detergent chemicals? All the time. Not you, I mean, like, the metaphorical.
In general, yeah. Because you wash it and it's on your clothes, it's on your towels, it's on your bedding, it's on everything.
Laundry chemicals are chemically engineered. They're designed, right? It's science, right? They're chemically engineered to leave a film on clothes. They have to leave a film on clothes because that's what's going to carry a fragrance. That's what's going to carry be brighteners. That's why they're blue and goopy, because they're like designed to leave a blue film, a blue hue on fabric. So it tricks your eyes. I believe your clothes are brighter, your clothes are cleaner because they smell real nice. So they're designed to leave a film, right? Even if they're designed to leave a silicone based film, especially like fabric softeners, especially, so that it repels, like those negative ions will make clothes not static, clingy. So they're designed to leave this film because that's what consumers want. They want their clothes to smell good. And of course they don't want to be staticky, and they want to look nice and bright. So the industry has evolved to, this is what consumers want, so we're going to give it to them, but we're not going to fully tell them what we're putting on them. We're going to give them the desired outcome, but they don't really need to know how we're doing it. And that's why, like, you read the back of a laundry jug, it's like blend of anionic surfactants, perfume.
And I hate that. As the ingredient guru, I spend so much time helping people read the labels on their food products, on what they're putting in the mouth. And that industry is not required to disclose what's
there's zero. I'm not required. I'm actually a really bad businessman, because if I was good at business, I would also keep my intellectual property, our formulas, proprietary. But we're really bad at business. We literally list our formulas on the damn label, hoping that our competitors copy us. So like, we're not good at business. One day, I guess I'll figure it out. But needless to say, we want people, this is what we put in these are our ingredients. This is what, do your research, right? Listen, there's nothing more non-toxic than taking your clothes out to the river and washing them on a rock. If that's it, if you want to go shoot a bear, render the fat, take lye out of the campfire, make soap, and go to the river and wash your clothes. Anything more than that, you're getting into the chemical industry. We've just been pioneers of the plant-based chemistry, things that are made from sugars, things that are made from coconuts, things that are made from, again, plant-based ingredients, minerals, salts. We found a way to clean clothes better than anybody else that we could find using non-toxic plant-based ingredients. But they're still chemicals. And that's why we want people to know. We want to educate and empower our community to make wise decisions. So we started in laundry because I'm really passionate about it, because people are wearing these chemicals all dang day. And as a result, we built this really like passionate community of family members. We don't have customers, we only have family members. Of these family members that are like Stephen, and what used to be called migraine pills, now we're truly free. And it's like, what else? What about this? What about this? What about this? So we just started system. We had this obligation to our community. We never said, hey, we're going to like completely redo the chemical aisle. It just evolved where we're passionate about laundry, get these chemicals out of your house. And then naturally our members were just like, what about dish soap? Yeah, you shouldn't use that blue dish soap. You're not saving ducks. You're actually like drinking these things in. And dishwasher soap and everyday cleaners and oven cleaners. And so we just started systematically, one by one, reinventing everything in the house. And so what started off as like green refills for laundry became a truly free, non-toxic home. And that's why we rebranded and renamed the company last year to Truly Free Home, because we represent a free home. And that's what we did. So it didn't start off like we're going to build this really big company. It started off, let's not put crazy chemicals on our kids. And now it's, a movement.
Well, you've actually taken it even further than that, because like you said, you definitely became part of the eco-conscious movement. And so I actually, before we talked, I went to my laundry room, which is where I keep all of my supplies. These are some of my refills that I get. So this is my laundry machine cleaner. Love this stuff. Keeps my laundry machine smelling fabulous. And then this is the laundry wash refill. And this is my rinse. And so the thing that I love is this is how it comes. And so this is really funny because this obviously is your new packaging, Truly Free Home. This is my original laundry bottle. I think this thing is 5 years old.
That's ancient history right there.
It's a souvenir.
It is.
But here's the thing. There's 50 washes in here and it's just me and my husband. So we do approximately 4 to 5 loads a week, depending on what it is. I can't even imagine between this and the rinse and everything else, how many plastic bottles my family alone has not thrown into the recycle or the landfill.
You know how much we have?
Yeah.
We do the math all the time. Since we've started this refillable movement in 2015, we've saved just about 13 million pieces of plastic from ever being produced.
That's amazing. And it's all of them too. It's not just these, because like this is the new Truly Free Home everyday cleaner, fabulous stuff. I use it on everything. But
and that's an old bottle too. That's our old packaging.
Oh, is it?
That's I mean, I have our degreaser. I'm a mess. Like I'm a dude, so like I make a mess. So like I have my degreaser on my desk all the time because I make a mess. And that's our old packaging.
I love it because I don't need a new bottle every month or every time I run through this. I just use that. And then the other thing that I recently learned, which I did not know, is plastic is not really as recyclable as we think it is.
No, and especially cleaning chemical packaging, especially laundry and dish type products, most recyclers don't want to touch them.
Really?
And yeah, they don't want to touch them because think about it. How many times you've got your dish soap on the counter and you're out and you're like, I got to get to the store, but I got a load of dishes. So what do? You add some water and you shake it and thin it out. When you add that water, what happens? Suds blow up, right? You're like, all right, I got some dish soap. I can get by to the weekend till I get to the grocery store. And then what happens? You went to the grocery store. I totally forgot. So you add some more water and then the suds blow up again. And you can literally leave that empty and just keep going and under the water and the suds just keep flowing. So those surfactants, those bubble makers are very hard. They cling to the plastic. And when it gets to the recycling plant, they can't get them clean. They can't clean the plastic. Once the plastic ground, they can't clean them that well. And so what happens when they sell that plastic to a recycling plant or to another plastic manufacturer, They could throw those plastics, right? Especially HDPET, the two main plastics used in this industry. It goes through the blow molding or injection molding process, and it could blow up a $50,000, $100,000 mold. So unless the manufacturer themselves is getting really good feedstock, they won't buy it from the recycler. So the recycler has a responsibility to clean it. If they can't clean it, so they just get the points like, so that's why they're floating in the ocean or going to a landfill.
And the other
And
thing,
nobody talks about this stuff.
and even if it does break down, like we're hearing so much now about microplastics and nanoparticles in the fish and in us, and it's really scary
There's
stuff.
lots of nanotechnology going around these days.
Yeah. And I love your mission. I love what you're doing. And I love you. It's not just about clean skin, clean products. It's about clean homes and families and good for the environment. If people wanted to connect with you to learn more, obviously trulyfreehome.com is the place to go, but
that's easy. But we actually have a really special offer the team put together specifically for your community.
oh, wow.
So you're going to have a special link to get some free products right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll get you hooked. You have your team get hooked up from our team with an exclusive offer that's only available for you guys. You can get a great deal and get some free products and get the hookup, because if it's not for thought leaders like you, Mira, that are just like educating people, no one's going to change. And there's been such a huge shift in consciousness over the years, especially the last couple of years. You know, people are really waking up to what's around them and what's going around them, and what's in them, what's getting injected into them. And people are just waking up to all this stuff. And it's because of thought leaders like you. So we always try and empower thought leaders like you to go and change the world. Yeah, we're going to hook you guys up, get an awesome deal, free products.
That's great. Thank you so much. And I will say, one of the things that I absolutely love, like you said, it's hard sometimes when you run out. And so you have to run to the store or whatever. I never have to run to the store because it just comes to me and I'm not paying for water. The other thing that I truly appreciate, I also am someone who struggles with migraines. I can't walk down that cleaning product aisle. If I walk from one end to the other, by the time I get to that other end, I have a headache. And I don't have to worry about that with your
fastest way to pass the blood-brain barrier is through the nose.
Yeah.
And that's why it's much more effective for people to snort cocaine than it is for them to ingest it. Because it literally passes the blood-brain barrier. Not that I'm encouraging cocaine because it's evil stuff, but I'm just saying and that's why you go to the department store, you go to the perfume aisle, and people you start getting
dizzy.
So that's a huge problem. And the perfume industry specifically don't have to tell you what's in. If it's under 1% concentration, they can just group it under
1%.
Yeah, parfum, fragrance, and be protected by patent, trademark, and trade secrecy laws. And you don't have to tell people what you're putting on them. Yeah. It could be a straight up class 1 carcinogen. If it's under 1% concentration, it could be listed as perfume, and you don't have to tell anybody. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy stuff. So I definitely am going to put all those links down below. And I love, like I said, that you're sharing information and that you are on this amazing mission to help clean up the world. So thank you for doing that.
My pleasure. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. All right, folks, don't forget to check down below for all of the links that we have, including that fabulous free product bundle that Stephen's going to offer us. And I also want to encourage you, click like, subscribe, stay in touch so we can keep you informed. Take care and have a great day.